The Charlotte Heights Dodger. Yeah, I remember that one. It started out like any other day, crawling out of the gutter. But after the successful apprehension of that bum Giorgio Pagano, I was feeling pretty good. A celebratory coffee and donut later, and I was ready to ride this high until they dragged my unconscious body into the hospital. This time, the name of the game was public humiliation, and there's nothing like taking someone down a peg to make yourself feel good. I called the number on the job listing, 867-5309. To my surprise, Jenny did not answer the phone. Instead, it was some bum, possibly Tommy. The guy tells me to meet him at the Indigo Hair and ask about Holloway. As I'm walking up to the hair, I figure the folks working probably wouldn't appreciate me bringing in another establishment's beverage. So as I enter, I throw out my coffee. They were not impressed by my athletic prowess. A trip around the block and I'm back at the hair. No employees in sight. Who's unathletic now? I find the informant in the booth near the back of the restaurant. He's dressed like he's one domino mask and a $sign bag away from robbing the joint. I ask about Holloway. He silently slides a briefcase across the table. I open it. Inside is a handful of information about the target and what I need to do to humiliate them. Throw food in their face, take a picture, slide the picture under the door. Easy. Step 1. Identify the target. I start by visiting the business where the target works. Cost-effective clerical. As I enter the office, I'm ambushed by a swarm of angry proletariat. In my attempt to flee, the situation becomes all too clear. Windows begin breaking on their own. Furniture begins falling asleep. Viscera adorns the walls like some macabre holiday decoration. It's a cult, a ritual sacrifice, and I wasn't about to become sacrificed. So I left to get a camera and some throwing food before coming back. Back at the office, I can finally get some work done while no one's around. Unfortunately, I was greeted by an overly enthusiastic security system. Fortunately, the system was only armed with narcoleptic rounds. This is beginning to feel like a time loop. Back to the office, and this time, after doing some detective work on the security system and rummaging through the office, I came across a V-mail from the office manager. Chloe Mayer. I got him. Now for the easy part. Fruit and camera in hand, I head to Chloe's apartment. I knock on the door. She greets me with an ominous glare. Fear pierces my heart as I stand frozen in place, my trance only broken by the closing door. The apple in my hand falls to the floor. I figure that if I can be far enough away from her hypnotic gaze, it won't be able to take hold. I knock on the door again and run to the other side of the complex, loading up my throw. The door opens. My chance is at hand. Just a practice throw? Obviously, there was something about her stare that was impeding the apple's trajectory. I'd have to use cunning to get this job done. After retrieving my fallen apples, I knock on the apartment door. Because we're such good friends now, she lets me into her apartment. But then, that look. I'll never forget that crazed look in her eyes as she attacked. I fought her off, trading blow for blow. It was an amazing show of strength on both our parts. Utterly superhuman. No one was giving an inch. Furniture was upturned, cabinet doors broken off at the hinges. Crockery shattered into a million pieces, until we both landed that final knockout blow simultaneously. If you'd have been in that room, you'd have been torn to ribbon.
Detective, we don't have any record of Chloe Mayer ever going to the hospital that night.
To ribbons. I awoke refreshed and ready to take on the monster in the apartment. Now I know why I was hired. She needed to be exposed. This endeavor would take all my cunning, all my athleticism, all my photography skill. And with that flash, I was off. Instead of sliding the photo under the door, I just called that shifty bum. Case closed.